Hello, everybody, and welcome back to The Unlucky Ones. For our second season, we have titled The Unlucky Sons, which is played in the Savage Worlds Adventure Edition using the Weird War 1 companion. My name is Ryan. I am your DM, and I'm going to pass it to Peter, who may or may not be at the same table as me, and he's going to tell us a fact about his character, or something about his character. I don't care what.
Hey, I'm Peter. I'm playing Eugene Winkler, and I'm playing this podcast remotely right now.
To the right.
Remotely to the right. And so as a fun fact, Eugene is really missing the boot camp, like Chicago slop.
That's fair, I guess.
And while the texture was disgusting and it was not palatable, it was a whole lot better than being mustard gassed.
Fair.
Contrary to popular belief, mustard gas does not taste like mustard.
No, it doesn't.
It tastes like gas. Hi, I'm Michael. I'm located outside of the podcast reach, so no one can get to me this week.
Oh, no.
I play Billy Redhead, a street kid turned, more like a street criminal turned into a wonderful EMT. My fun fact about Billy this week is that he did indeed go to
Cops?
No, not cops. He never went to cops. Chop shops. He worked at a chop shop for a very short period of time and realized he just wasn't cut out for it because he would always just keep breaking the wheels, like the axles on the bottom of the wheel. He'd just take them off and be like, that's what we need, right? And he's like, no, you have to take it all apart, and he couldn't do it.
So he's just lazy. He didn't want to do the work. He just did the minimum amount and then got chastised.
Or didn't know it, but it might be lazy.
Confirmed. Billy was quiet quitting.
My name is Thomas. I'm located in another dimension. I play Sammy, and fun fact about Sammy is he's enjoying the war so far. Besides getting gas, he's enjoying it.
Psychotic.
That's something we should
I
talk
mean,
about.
he was homebody his entire life, so this is something new to him.
Always
The
killing
only thing he
animals.
doesn't like is the gas.
So did he enjoy stabbing that, or trying to stab that?
No, he didn't try. He stabbed them.
German.
He killed both of them.
I was gonna say, so he enjoyed that. That was like the
Yeah, he
apex
just
of
don't
his
think
day.
about it. He just don't think about it. It's a heat of the moment. He's not thinking about the death and destruction. He's more thinking about like, oh, I'm finally off that farm. Woohoo!
Okay.
All right, that sounds great.
That rounds the table back to me. Hello, I'm Ryan, yet again, still your DM or your War Master. And this week's fun fact about World War I is actually pretty well known, but I'm going to say it anyway because it's funny to me. So the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand is the thing that is generally cited as the incident that started the First World War. But did you know they actually failed to assassinate him the first time? They shot at him and hit someone else in the car, I believe. And by pure coincidence, later in the day, he happened to go down the street where the assassin who attempted to shoot him was like getting lunch. And so the assassin saw his chance and shot again and killed him the second time. So some would say it's a canon event because it was unavoidable. Every time he tried to shoot him once and then he got away and then he decided to go by a coffee shop and the killer happened to want some coffee, I guess. And so he just got up and shot again and killed him. Okay, anyway, we're going on into the 1918s. We're moving on to 1918. So, picking up where we left off, the thick yellow gas that had been dispersed by those mortar shells still kind of blankets the city, making it hard to see more than a couple feet in front of you. Off in the distance, you can hear the sparse and sporadic occasional gunshot, but for the most part, it has died down dramatically from the full-fledged battle. You can't really tell the direction these gunshots are coming from, as in addition to the smoke, the layout of the city kind of makes the sound echo in all directions, so you almost feel isolated, especially you, Sammy, who is actually isolated. As we kind of come to the vision of the squad where we first left off, you had all just masked up, and McAllister had just returned, and I believe the last thing he had said was, we need to go get Sammy. We can't just leave him out here to die. So he goes, the plan is we're going to take Delta, we're going to go get Sammy, and we're going to go north, we're going to go west to meet up with Staff Sergeant Phelps with the truck and then get the fuck out of here. He goes, I don't think we're equipped to handle whatever the hell this is. And I think that it is very obvious that they were expecting some kind of retaliation. So I think we've done our job. We found out what happened. The city is the town has been taken, so the order officially is get Sammy, get out. Understood?
Yes.
So am I at 3 wounds up now? I can.
You're still conscious. You can do everything. Yeah, you're back to normal because you were healed of that last wound.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Billy.
He goes, so top priority, getting Sammy and getting out of here. We'll move together as a unit because splitting up's only going to make it harder.
Okay. Yes, sir. So I'm still
And-
taking the lead.
Yeah, he's going to follow your lead because you know the direction that Sammy was heading, if nothing else. Everyone make a vigor roll because you're being gassed.
It's -4 for me.
Crit fail.
A crit fail.
How does a 0 sound?
No.
Okay, so those who failed and are not Eugene take a level of fatigue. Those who are Eugene got a crit fail. So, Eugene, as you're going, you realize that your mask must have been damaged in one of the times that you either got flown through a trench or stabbed or shot. Yeah, sometime during the previous couple days during the battle or whatever, your gas mask was damaged. And so you see a crack start to form in the glass. What's the reaction there?
Sarge, there's a crack in my.
So McAllister will turn kind of quickly around and like take his own mask off and kind of quickly affix it to your head and be like, "You okay?"
Oh, a little bit better.
And so he'll go over to one of the German soldiers and kind of pry the mask out of his bag and tie it to his own head. Be like, "Okay, these masks have a limited amount of time that they're effective, but I think we have enough time to get Sammy and get out." He goes, "Corporal Radsmith, if you'll lead the way since you were the last one to see him.
Yes.
Be cautious, everybody. We don't know for sure that the enemy's gone." And so you guys will begin moving in the direction that you remember Sammy being, which won't require a roll at the moment because you just literally left like 5 minutes ago.
Okay, good.
As we cut to Sammy, as you approach this man in the street who's kind of described last time as writhing out in pain and peeling away, you start to halt as you see him picking the flesh off his face and his blood is just kind of pouring down his hands. And he has almost this thick kind of hair that protrudes through his shirt. There's kind of blood pouring down his arms all over the place. Make a fear roll.
2.
So you are shaken up by this, but you're not unnerved as you kind of see him turn to you. And as I described last time, he has these kind of almost yellow tinted eyes, not like glowing yellow, but like his actual irises have turned yellow. And he makes those kind of feral sounds that I made last time that I'm not going to recreate. And so he kind of lunges forward as you're able to kind of quickly step back and get just out of the way. And you see he's got these like elongated fingernails that are kind of covered in blood as he just kind of like, and he swings at you as you manage to just step back, but he's definitely in melee range. So it's your turn.
So he's in melee?
Yes.
So if I was to shoot him, I'd have his parry?
Yes.
I'm just going to stab him. No.
Okay, so you draw your trench knife and you kind of, as he swings, you kind of whip your trench knife out to try and swing back at him. But when you do, you kind of miss as he's just kind of low to the ground. You're not quite ready for his speed, despite his kind of, his condition. That's the word. So, 11. What's your toughness?
My toughness?
Yeah,
6. So it's shaken.
it's a wound as well. So, he kind of lunges forward and then you swing your knife. And then as you kind of go to reset your knife, you feel that you look and you just can't even react as his claw just comes and grabs you across the neck and like pulls down into your chin a little bit. It luckily doesn't damage your gas mask that you have now put on, but you're able to kind of step back as blood just pours out onto the concrete in front of you as you are shaken and wounded. So now it's
I'm going to unshake.
yeah, it's back to you.
Oh.
So he kind of brings his claw down as it slashes you across the left side of the face. And you kind of step back, coughing a little bit of blood out. And then you try to quickly swing again, and he's just too fast as he's able to, with agility, dodge out of the way of your incoming swipe. Okay, so he spends a Benny on shake.
I'm just going to... Is he still in melee?
Yeah, he's not going to walk away from you at any point. His
What?
weapon of choice is very clearly
I'm
claws.
going to go to stab him again.
Okay.
-3.
I thought his weapon of choice was love.
No.
So you swing again, but he is outpacing you and outmaneuvering you at every turn. As you swing like 2 or 3 times, he just kind of effortlessly dodges, almost as if he has some kind of increased agility. Like you've not really dealt with someone who can move like that. As he swings again, you quickly duck as his thing goes just like slightly over your head, knocking your helmet to the ground as you both kind of square up. You go first again.
I'm going to try slicing him. Actually, I'm going to try to shoot him.
Okay.
I have that German handgun. No, 3.
So you kind of whip out the pistol and you fire off a shot as he slaps it down out of your hand, and you quickly get the feeling that he may be more than you can handle at the moment. As he circles up and slices yet again with his claws for 11, so
Parry.
dealing another wound. Yeah, so as you kind of square up yet again, he kind of brings his right claw down as you just dodge his left, and it catches you in the mid-torso region. Luckily, it does not damage your gas mask. And so you kind of duck as you're ducked. He kind of brings the other one up and uppercuts you, just dragging it across your chest as blood is now pouring down your front of your torso, your own blood. And you're finding it hard to breathe even with the mask. And then he kind of comes in for one last one, but you're able to kind of hold up your weapon at the last second as you do take the hit, but the brunt of it doesn't really damage because you only did 4, and I don't think that breaks your toughness.
No.
So you kind of get hit, but you're able to step out of it just enough to avoid getting really gouged into for a third time.
I'm just gonna shoot him.
Okay,
11 minus 4 is
7.
yeah.
You hit him.
Shooting with my rifle because I don't have the
Oh, you took a handgun from a German.
7.
So you kind of fire, and it tears as you kind of finally push back just enough to fire a pistol towards his stomach. You see the blood that kind of squirts out the back is much thicker than normal, but you do hit him. It doesn't seem to have done a whole incredible amount, though. He seems like he'll be able to maybe shake it off. Are you going to move or do anything? Yeah, he is shaken, so you could attempt to start running, and he would not be able to take that free attack.
I'm gonna step back some.
So you're not going to run away, you're just going to step back some.
Well, will this like I'll start a chase?
If he chooses to chase you.
I'll start running.
Where to? Towards the machine gun or towards where your demons are?
Just the only direction he can think is just straight.
Okay,
So
so
it'll be
towards the machine gun.
Yeah, towards the machine gun.
Okay, so you
panic.
kind of turn and run as you're quickly being overwhelmed by this guy, leaving your helmet behind as you begin running. Next, will you make a survival roll, Billy?
That can be done.
You all need to make another gas roll.
I can do that. Is that a vigor roll, right?
That was vigor, yeah.
Well, I failed the survival roll.
Okay.
I failed the vigor roll.
So you take a level of fatigue.
What happens if I'm at 2 already?
You would go in cap on the third one, so you may want to re-roll it.
Oh, okay. Let's give it a try.
2.
It's a fail.
+2 for nationality.
That's a fail.
There we go.
That's a fail. I'm out.
4.
You two begin moving. Billy, you start to feel whelmed by sickness.
Whoa.
And as you kind of begin to fall, you kind of start coughing more violently. As McAllister kind of runs over to you, and you feel he takes a damp rag, and kind of shoves it up under your mask, kind of over your mouth. As you suddenly feel as though you're able to breathe again, a little better. So you are he healed off your 1 fatigue there. And so he goes, I can't do that again. So we're gonna have to try and be as quick as we can. And then as Eugene's kind of going, Eugene just kind of falls over from his injury. And his mask kind of cracks, breaks again. And
Oh, shit.
McAllister goes, all right, we're quickly running out of time. We're going to double time it. And so you guys kind of keep running. And you eventually do make it to a scene where you see a guy who is just kind of in an alleyway. There's kind of blood pouring from his stomach as he's kind of looking down at it. And he has that same description I gave earlier with an elongated fingernails, kind of this hair that pokes out through his clothing, and these yellow eyes. And off to his right, you can see an American soldier's helmet kind of laying on the ground. So now it is your guys' turn for the combat.
So the first thing Billy says as he walks into combat is he goes, "Oh my God, it's another Chicago."
Am I down or am I up?
You're up.
Okay.
You don't have a mask anymore, though, so you'll have a -2 on your gas rolls. Okay, and your enemy. Okay, so up first are your allies.
Get him, boys.
So
I'm about to die.
Billy, you have to take the shot.
I don't have my gun. I gave it to O'Connell.
Oh, shit.
So as he kind of turns and he's like, McAllister goes, I don't have time for this. And he fires, and everyone kind of fires with him as the bullets just kind of tear this guy up and he collapses.
I believe that's called the firing line.
And he goes, we have to keep going.
Squad.
So yeah, the combat's
Sorry, yes, sir.
virtually every extra hit.
This
Your,
guy's a
your team kind of
badass.
open fires on him,
Civilian dead. Move on.
and he kind of moves on.
Harry civilian.
Hey, don't make judgments.
He is.
As you're kind of running, make an athletics roll. You two, not Sammy.
No.
8.
Okay. So with a success with a raise, you're able to you hear kind of like a light humming and you grab Billy and pull him to the side as a truck comes kind of screeching down the road. And you recognize it from just the past that it was the truck that you came in on, the American truck. And on the side, kind of clawing at the windows and attached to the side, seem to be more citizens, all with that weird hair kind of going on as it kind of careens down the street into the gas. And then you just hear the sounds of crash and then maybe a couple gunshots. And McAllister goes, fuck! All
That
right.
was our way out.
He goes, Sullivan, take your team and go make sure Phelps is still alive and then find a way out for us. He said, we're going to go get Private Anderson and we'll rendezvous at the church on the west side of the town. Try to avoid conflict. I don't think we're prepared for whatever the hell this is.
Oh, sorry.
Good.
I said, can I evaluate which direction the wind is going?
From the center of town?
Yes,
yeah.
from where we're at.
You'd make a survival -2 because you can't really see.
You do a Benny?
This just in. We're pretty much almost out of Benny.
Yeah,
now.
so-
Yeah. So it's another
After some
Benny.
calculus, got from.
Yep. All right.
I've just
we'll take that.
updated everybody. We are now out of Bennies on the player side of the table.
The 10th minute in.
I don't know the direction of the wind.
So you try your best to come up with an answer about which way the wind is blowing or come up with any kind of strategy, but you're just overwhelmed by the combination of injuries and the gas burns, and there's really the whole hell in a handbasket that this mission went to pretty quickly.
Well, if I don't know the wind direction, I could still say what my idea is, right?
Yeah, you can still give an idea.
Sir, if I may.
Yeah, McAllister's like, go for it.
Well, if so, we're no longer able to get on the convoy or the truck. Maybe we should follow the direction the wind's blowing of the gas, because the soldiers are probably going to be on the on the other side where there's no gas being blown towards.
And so he'll go, that's not a terrible idea. I think once we rendezvous at the church, that's probably the way it's a good idea for getting out.
Okay.
First, we got to collect Phelps if he's alive, and then Sammy if he's alive, and meet up at the church. But that's not a horrible idea. He goes,
Can I pick up the U.S. soldier's helmet on the ground?
yeah.
Does it?
I mean, there's no kind of marking to tell you whose it is, but you saw one American soldier in this alleyway.
Okay, good. Sir, I have an option. I think he's dead. Let's move on.
He goes, okay, so he goes, Phelps or Sullivan, take your team, go get Phelps. We're gonna go get Anderson. We'll meet up at the church on the west side of the town, on the one you passed on the way in. He goes, okay, and then Sullivan will kind of grab his men and they'll take off. And he goes to Hughes. He goes, while you're running and while you're working, try and figure out the wind direction as best as you can. And we'll follow it on the way out. So you guys kind of split off to continue straight down the alley as they kind of hook left to go towards where the truck had crashed. And so now it's just you two and McAllister looking for Sammy.
Onward.
Speaking of Sammy, you finally run for a while. What's going on in your head while you're running?
He's just confused. Besides, he's just like looking behind him. He's like, okay, whatever the fuck that was is gone. So he's just gonna look around like, fuck it, and just go into the nearest building.
Okay. So yeah, you're pretty much making your way to the machine gun nest at this point.
Yeah.
And so you kind of round the stairs and head up to the second floor where the machine gun nest was firing from. And you do see the door that you can roughly estimate is probably where they were, and it's cracked open a little bit.
So I'm gonna try to sneakily get in.
Stealth.
No.
So you kind of slowly creep up to the door, and and you kind of like try to peek your head in. And as you do, the door kind of creaks open, and you just hear kind of this crunching and like tearing sound. As the door creaks open, you see two men hunched over in their torn like civilian clothes with the hair poking out, and they're tearing off bits of what appears to be dead German soldiers and just eating their flesh. There's blood kind of pouring down their mouths as they turn to look at you. And they have these long, sharp, jagged teeth and these long protruding fingernails similar to the one in the alleyway. You can see blood kind of pouring out of their skin as if the hair that shot out is like super dense and just tore their skin while it was growing and grew very rapidly. Make a fear roll.
No.
I'm going to roll a d20.
4.
So you are distracted. So as for the next turn, so the first turn. So you kind of open and you are...
Honestly, he's probably just staring at it blankly, like a deer in headlights.
Okay, so you kind of freeze as you look, and an overwhelming realization that
Not
you
human.
have no idea what's going on. And there's this, basically humans that have somehow mutated and are now tearing into and eating other humans. And they turn to look at you, and knowing that one of them pretty much sauced your ass in the alley, you start to freak out because you know that it can't go well from here.
Yeah.
The two mutated men kind of quickly launch toward you in a barrage. as they both rush forward, and you try to quickly like take any kind of defensive stance that you can.
Shut the door.
And so the one of them kind of runs, and as he's running, you do manage to kind of stick a foot out and kick him in the head, and he kind of falls to the ground like prone in front of you. But the other one does take advantage of the situation and slash at you with his claws for 11, which I believe gives you a wound.
Yeah, puts me at.
Okay. And so he kind of like takes the claw and slashes as it pulls down across your right side of your chest, and you're kind of bleeding profusely through your shirt as they are beginning to circle in on you slowly. It's your turn. You're shaken and distracted.
Can I just like run?
So this time they will get the free attack because
Okay.
they're
So I'm
not
just gonna-
shaken.
Just gotta.
You could defend.
I'm gonna defend and book it.
Okay, you want to defend and start running down the stairs?
Yes. Defend and just withdraw.
Okay, so it adds 4 to your parry.
Yep.
The 2 will take their free attack. So 6 and 2. So I don't think either of
No.
those hit you because your parry is 6. So you turn to start running down the stairs. And as you do, you three, well, you two, Billy and Eugene plus McAllister, kind of meet Sammy on the staircase. And so as you kind of turn, you see Sergeant McAllister.
Oh, he just
kinda locks eyes
He
with
just
you.
pushes him out of the way and
Wow,
keeps
you're
going.
definitely not strong enough to do that. So you go to push him, and he kind of grabs you and shoves you back against the wall as he turns the corner. And he
He
says,
says you're gonna get eaten,
he
boy.
says Eugene, Billy, fire now.
Oh shit!
So everybody make a shooting roll.
I don't have a gun. My gun is.
He would have given you a pistol if you didn't have anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You don't have to fire. I don't think he would notice if you chose not to. Oh, sorry. You guys also make a fear roll.
Oh.
Yeah, so as you turn the corner, I'm getting ahead of myself. As you turn the corner, you guys also see these men just dripping in blood and smattered.
I failed.
Roll a d20.
Fail.
You too.
I rolled a 1.
11. That's
Okay.
pretty good.
So,
I failed and I rolled a 1.
yeah, Billy, you get an adrenaline surge.
Woo!
So you get to act as if you had a Joker this round. So you get a +2 to all your actions.
Fuck yeah.
And you get to go whenever you want.
Okay.
And so, yeah, as you kind of turn the corner and you see these men just dripping in blood and covered, and their like skin is torn and their claws have elongated and they got these giant teeth. Whatever part of you is human that like has sympathy for the enemy, you don't necessarily feel as though these are human. That doesn't mean you're going to kill them, but
no, it
your
does.
small reservations are gone at the moment as your adrenaline kicks in. What did you get?
11.
On the contrary, Eugene is frightened. So you take the hesitant hindrance till the end of this turn.
So
What is that?
So in order, I have a joker. Can I go first in this round?
You and your team will kind of act all at once.
Oh, okay. I was gonna
But you
say.
can go first.
So for Eugene, it basically means that you fall back on your ass and kind of push yourself into the corner to like minimize your space.
And I unload the entire clip into whatever's in front of me.
Yeah, so roll shooting, and McAllister will join you.
Sammy's just gonna slip away.
I was overzealous, and I have a -5, so I have a 0.
So I had a question: are you multi-shotting? Are you?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
with semi-automatic ones, you double tap,
Cool.
and it adds like a +1 or a +2 to your shot.
Okay.
Does
So
that make a difference?
no.
Okay, so you kind of start firing like randomly into them at the group, but you're maybe slightly hitting them here and there, but it's not too effective. Luckily, McAllister was more prepared.
God.
Thank God NPCs can help.
So you hear a loud explosion sound from next to you as he has whipped out a trench gun and immediately fired it up the hallway. As you see the pellets from the shotgun just kind of tear the one of them to shreds as his body kind of falls back. The other is still up and active, seems ready to kind of engage. And it is going to engage. It's going to engage you, Billy.
Oh yeah. Bet.
I don't know why I rolled 2 dice.
Not Eugene this time.
And so as it goes to move, one of the pellets caught its leg, and it kind of like collapses and falls down the stairs as it crit failed, and lands kind of at your feet.
He was the unlucky one.
Sammy, it's technically your turn. So you've seen your team kind of come in. You're not really able to run away. They're kind of boxing you in.
Yeah.
But you do see your team is slowly taking control of the
I'm
situation.
gonna shoot the thing on the ground. No.
So you kind of fire, but you're still kind of hyperventilating and still freaking out at the whole scenario itself. McAllister quickly re-racks the shotgun and fires a second shot without taking even a second to breathe, which he does beautifully. As the second shot kind of rings out, and you can see the one that fell, just kind of his head landed near McAllister's foot, and he kind of puts his foot on the guy's throat and just fires the barrel point blank at his forehead. And as he does, blood kind of paints the staircase. And that's the end of combat.
Thank God Ryan's rolling for NPCs.
I was gonna say, thank God for DM NPCs.
It's almost like
Save our
it's almost like your sergeant's job is to take care of you.
It's almost like we have 5 wounds equivalent amongst all of us.
So McAllister kind of immediately turns and grabs Sammy and like slams him against the wall. He goes, "What the fuck were you thinking?"
We'll deal with this later.
He says, "The fuck we will," and he punches you in the head.
I have a gas mask on at this point.
Oh yeah, that's fair. He probably wouldn't do that. He knees you in the stomach.
I'm right in the
And
mud.
then punches you in that just to show authority.
Correct.
And he goes, "Listen," he goes, "I don't give a fuck what you think about yourself or what the hell you think you're getting into." He goes, "You need to listen to your superiors, and that includes Corporal Radsmith." He goes, "You're going to get yourself or everybody killed." He goes, "We have a mission. We have a plan for a reason. There's a chain of command for a reason. You don't know what you're doing, despite what you might think." You know, he'll kind of offer a hand to help you back up off the ground.
I'll just get up.
He goes, "All right." He goes, "Now
Then
check
I'll
your
kick him
ego."
back down and be like, listen here, motherfucker.
He goes, "All right, whatever ego problems you have, leave them at the door. We have to finish." He goes, "Let's go check out the machine gun nest for supplies, and we'll start heading to the church." And so he'll kind of slowly and cautiously lead up the stairs. And as he sweeps the room, he's kind of like, I don't see anything. I think we're good." And so he'll kind of be like, "All right, look around for anything useful." And he'll just kind of start rummaging through the German corpses or what's left of them.
Is there a working gas mask amongst the Germans?
Yes.
Can I use my scavenger perk to find a heavy weapon?
Yeah. Yeah. Give me a quick second to look for one.
You find a 50 cal mounted.
I'm just gonna look around.
I wanna look and possibly acquire an anti-material rifle.
Trench gun.
I want to make sure whatever I walk into next dies.
Immediately.
Okay, so you guys take a moment to search the room. Is there anything you want to say or do between you three?
Hey,
so
how you doing,
McAllister
Sammy?
will kind of step away to search stuff.
How you doing, Sammy?
I'm gonna look at one of those.
Doing good, doing good.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
You all right?
Notice.
Yep.
You
No, it's a cult if you're
do you
trying
need
to
any
learn.
healing or help?
No, I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Just looking at them.
You look like you're bleeding a lot.
Nah, it's just
Get a better
yeah.
description of what they look like.
Not
up
mine.
Close.
I mean, okay. I am the medic, but if you need help, let me know.
Not my blood.
And so McAllister goes, "Stop being an asshole." He goes, "Radsmith, heal him."
I'm gonna try to call.
Hey, big numbers. Hey, big numbers.
Nothing.
13. That was close.
So you heal 2 wounds. So it'll also take about 20 minutes. So the bulk of this scene for you two is just like you kind of, after McAllister gives you the order, you're kind of compressing bandages over these large gashes. Just from your own medical knowledge, they're consistent with the gashes that you found in the other people. It just seems like Sammy, either the sharp weapon was shorter or Sammy was farther away, so it didn't bisect him. It just sliced him really well.
You are a lucky, lucky man.
Yeah.
Eugene.
But on some of them,
Billy.
on some of them, you do notice the slices do go down to the bone level and even do some damage to some of the bones.
Ah, damn. Dude hits like a fucking actual industrial blade.
He's
The
got
one we
almost
used to
10.
cut cars up. Eugene.
Billy.
So, I think it's time that you lead us out of here instead of me, or help navigate instead of me. I've come to realize I'm bad at navigation.
I'm really not good at it either.
I
We seem to follow the wind direction I can't detect.
yeah, but we followed my passing out
What
direction.
are we do? What are we trying to do?
Oh, when we have to find our way back towards the church after this.
Can I like survival rolls to get that?
Yeah, you'll be able
You
to.
detain the wind direction.
Not right now yet, but you will.
Oh, because you probably don't know. Sammy, I think we should. I've told the sergeants and the colonels and everyone, besides you, that we should go towards the direction where the wind's blowing and the
Would
gas
you want to
is
go the
flowing.
opposite?
Well, no, that's
If you go
'cause-
towards it, you're gonna. If you go with the wind, you're gonna be following the gas.
I know.
if you go-
the Germans won't be in the gas.
But the gas would blow that way.
They're probably going to ambush us if we try to escape where
Sergeant
the gas is
McAllister.
blowing.
Yeah,
turns.
no, that's I agree.
Sergeant McAllister turns and goes, "Do you ever shut the fuck up?" He was like, "Listen," he goes, "I don't know what they taught you in West Virginia. You were probably the smartest person in your whole state." He goes, "But out here, you're very clearly the least equipped to make tactical plans and the least able to make decisions. So why don't you shut up and listen to your superiors?"
But he's the same rank.
He
For
said,
now.
"Barely."
Gene's getting
You,
promoted.
what you should have done would have been hilarious. It'd been like, nope, battlefield promotion. Right now.
Easy.
So you find, while you're looking around with the scavenger perk, you find 3 rifle grenades.
One.
You find 3 rifle grenades. So the way that these work, unfortunately, Billy, is that you mount them to the front of a rifle and then fire like a normal rifle, and it launches the grenade.
I know 3 people with rifles right here.
Yeah.
So,
So-
hey guys, look what I found.
Cool.
They do
need
3.
sound effects.
They do, just for everyone's information, they do 3d6s of damage and a medium blast template, which with no board is 3 people.
Don't aim this at each other. Okay.
Maybe I should.
And they
take
could
that
be
from
equipped
Eugene.
as they could be attached as a free action, so you don't have to worry about like constantly leaving them on or anything. So anything else in particular you want to look at? So in this room, there is the machine gun emplacement, which has been half disassembled. There is the dead soldiers. There's a couple tables and stuff that have been turned over. There's kind of a supply room, and then some like books and stuff off to the side.
Hell, I'll go into the supply room.
If we want to retake this city in the future, do we want to make sure they can't put together this machine gun any?
I
think we have
the
bigger
perfect
problems.
solution. It's called the crowbar.
I think we have bigger problems with these beasts.
Well,
McAllister goes, no, I concur. Well, while that is an intelligent tactical decision, I don't know that it's one we have the luxury of making at the moment. Because once Corporal Ratsmith's done treating Private Anderson, I feel like we should move as fast as we can.
fair enough.
So after you're kind of done with that, you go into the supply room and you find those 3 rifle grenades. Then you hear kind of a shuffling behind you.
All right, so there's a crowbar that I've been carrying around. I'm gonna pick it up and I'm turning and be like, "I'm going to fucking hit you. What are you?"
And so you see, kind of hunched in the corner on his knees, you see a soldier, a German soldier who's kind of like hands up above his head. He's like, 9, 9, 9. And he's kind of like,
Yeah, nine times. You
the
fucking talk.
and he's kind of shaking.
Get the truck
violently.
information from them. We could.
And so, yeah, you guys hear this from the other room, and you're able to. And McAllister kind of pokes his head in the door. He goes, "Holy shit, one of them's alive."
You speak German?
McAllister?
Yeah,
He goes,
McAllister.
"Yeah, I do."
See if the truck still works. The one that they took.
Corporal Reds, doesn't Corporal Redsmith speak it too?
Yeah, but he's not here. Corporal Ratsmith doesn't speak German.
And we won't.
Corporal Reynolds
Ich
does.
bin eine Frau. I can only say I'm a girl.
We won't murk him.
He'll converse with him for a moment in German. And then he says, "Okay, shit." He goes, "All right, their base of operations is the church on the west side."
Oh, and we're going to?
Yeah, so
Well, damn.
change of plans. We need to go and cut off Sergeant Sullivan's team before they get to that church and get themselves killed.
Do we have radio comms, or is it?
We don't have any kind of radio equipment.
We can yell real loud.
I mean, it would.
Lean our head out the encampment. Or better yet, shoot a bullet, get their attention, then yell.
Actually, I don't think yelling would be that dimensional. I mean, they know where we're at anyway, so.
Oh, well, it
mean,
might
they
be
can-
dead. If there's more of those beasts in the fog,
yeah,
we're
that's true.
probably fucked if we yell at all.
He goes,
fair.
"Okay." So you see McAllister kind of sit for a minute, and he's like, "Fuck." He kind of like takes out a cigarette,
Do we have any flares or anything?
pops up his mask, and takes a puff of it. And he goes, "I don't have any flares." He goes, "We need to move towards them. That's the only option we have."
We better hurry before they get there.
He goes, "This is for the soldier. I don't really care what we do with him."
Have a good day, sir. I'm going to walk out of the room and be like, I hope you live.
Is he,
What's up?
so like how young does he look?
The soldier?
Yeah.
Mid-20s.
Mid-20s? Does he currently have his gas mask on?
Do it.
Yeah.
What, kill him?
I don't know. What are we
What
going
are
to
you
do?
gonna do?
Whatever you're going to do. Do it.
Oh, like are they around me still?
No, McAllister walked out and is trying to think of a plan.
I'm gonna hand him like just leave.
Hand him the handgun?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm like leave, turn, get the hell out of here before shit gets bad.
So he kind of looks down at it,
I'm like, this is your one opportunity or you're dead.
and he kind of looks back and forth between you and the gun, like confused. But then
He's like, I'm gonna like point a direction just away from that. Like that way, go.
"Okay." And then he gets up and kind of like shoves past. So you guys see him kind of run down the stairs.
Is he packing iron?
Yeah, I gave him it. I figured he might want to defend himself from whatever these things
What
are.
side are you on?
He goes, "All right." He goes, "We'll head to the church and try to cut off the rest of Delta. From there, we just run. That's all I've got. We follow the wind. We get the fuck out of here."
Works for me.
All right, let's do it.
All right. Make a notice roll, everybody.
God. It's too many rolls.
Whenever you're wounded.
I mean, because we're
Too many
no,
rolls.
3.
I'm 0.
Nope.
No.
Great. So you guys are preparing to leave. And Sammy, as you round the corner, you see coming up the stairs, kind of like sniffing, like is one of those dudes with super sharp claws slowly
Same
creeping
one?
his way up the stairs.
Same one we've been seeing.
No, same thing, not one of the dead ones.
The
No,
German
like,
you
same-
gave the gun, he's sniffing the stairs and he's crawling up.
No, he's kind of coming. They're kind of coming up, and then you suddenly realize, and you look out the window, you see just dozens of yellow eyes kind of filtering towards the building slowly.
We've got a major problem.
And so McAllister peeks. He goes, "Okay."
We got major grenades.
He goes, keep your voices down." He goes, "I think we're surrounded, or at least there's a lot of them."
Is the machine gun intact by chance?
He goes, "No, but," he goes, he kind of thinks for a moment. He goes, "Eugene, help me." And so he takes
Sure.
the machine gun mount off the window and kind of sets it in the middle of the floor, and then make a repair roll to help him put it back together.
I want to show my stuff off.
All right, we're gonna re-roll that repair roll.
And we're out of bennies again.
No, I have
Oh,
one.
yay! Oh, that might not be enough.
Or 7. So it's a 4.
So you do successfully help, which he needed the 4. So good.
Yay!
He needed the +1. So you do successfully help as you kind of like hold the ring mount and he puts it together. And he's like, all right, head to the church. He goes, you 3 go out this back window, as he kind of takes you over to one of the sides and kind of makeshifts a rope, or grabs a rope and kind of makeshifts a way out. He goes, you 3 go down the rope ladder. I'm going to just fire into the door to get their attention and I'll follow behind. He goes, worst case scenario, if you fell off of the rope, it's not that high of a fall, so I don't think you would die. Because I don't really have another option. Understood?
Sure.
Yeah.
Get down there, run for the church,
Alrighty.
and I'll be behind you. He goes, and Sammy, stay with the group.
Are you gonna be right behind us?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not comfortable leaving you.
Yeah, I'll be right behind. And so he goes to Corporal Radsmith and he goes, listen, he goes,
Hey, what's up?
church.
Church.
Got it? Most important thing.
Church.
And he kind of offers his hand out. And he kind of
No shake.
do the thing where you kind of grab hands and heist.
No, we do the Chicago shake where we slap each other's fingers real close, and then we're like, "Oh shit, we missed!" And then we try to grab it, but we accidentally grab like each other's palms.
Yeah,
and we
yeah,
have to
it's
actually
awkward.
get to it.
No. So he kind of grabs hands with you, and then he goes, all right, go. As he kind of lays down and mounts the machine gun and fires once through the door, and then you just kind of hear them screech in sequence and start flooding up the stairs, and then he just starts laying into the door. So I assume you 3 are going out the window.
Yes, that's my plan.
So everybody roll in athletics. You poor souls.
Fucking damn it. I failed.
Failure.
Fail.
All right, everybody takes 3 damage, so I don't think any of you are
No.
really hurt by
We're
it.
gonna toughness, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine.
So you do kind of fall, but underneath you there happens to be like a nice pile of trash, kind of Assassin's Creed or Dying Light style, as you just kind of like crash into it one at a time. And you just hear the thumping of machine gun fire as it goes and goes and goes, and then it suddenly cuts off, and you just hear the thumping of small arms fire. What are you going to do?
We could throw that grenade in there.
To the church. Now. That way. I'm going to point towards the direction I hope is the church.
Yeah, you know the truth.
Okay.
Do I see him coming out?
Not at the moment.
Shouldn't we wait?
Nope. Church. Now.
And so
Trust in your team.
Corporal Radsmith will turn and start moving towards the church kind of cautiously.
Sir.
And so Eugene turns to follow.
Sammy's going, but he's hesitantly, very, very hesitant going.
Oh, did I mention that Sammy has to take a point?
And Sammy's like walking with his back towards them, watching the window.
And you see the flash of muzzles, and then after a couple minutes, it goes just silent, and you hear nothing.
Is he coming out?
You don't see him emerge.
He's not coming out.
Church.
No, I can't.
Church.
And then you can kind of see them start to the mutant people start to kind of climb out the windows and slowly move back out the main door as they're looking around.
Shit, we better book it.
Oh, we weren't? Sorry,
So
I forgot we were
Stealth,
walking.
everybody.
God damn it. Well, I fucking I'll reroll one. I'm out of things.
No, I failed.
Ah, it was a good reroll for once.
I failed.
4 numbers.
13.
Okay, so as a team, you succeeded more than they did.
I've
And
learned.
so you guys are able to kind of go. Sammy is maybe a little shaken by this, maybe a little disturbed by the fact that your sergeant just kind of
Ooh,
sent himself to the grave on your behalf. Billy, as you're walking, you realize, well, you've known, and you kind of look down, is when he kind of clasped you, he gave you his dog tags. Like, he didn't intend to come out. He was trying to communicate that to you because he knew Sammy would pitch a fit if he said it.
and of course,
But-
the first thing I'm gonna do is throw him off. No, yeah, I'll put him in my pocket.
Yeah, so you kind of pocket those quietly. Whether that revelation ever comes out or not is up to you. But as you kind of lead them through the streets towards the church. So you guys are moving quietly through the street as you're able to kind of keep it quiet. Sammy's a little disturbed. He's maybe stumbling a little more, making a few more mistakes than he normally would. But between the two of you, you're able to kind of keep him focused.
Gene's on his A game.
You don't have a shotgun, unfortunately, but
Oh, you want to bet? Well, there's a scavenger print that says I could.
it's only once per session. Though. So, yeah, you guys are able to kind of move through more or less quiet with assistance from Eugene and Billy. Sammy, you're able to be quiet.
I thought about stealing from my family like you told me last time.
That's great.
After a
Stay
while,
quiet.
you guys do hear, some alarming sounds prowling from the street. And so You can either continue down the street or you can try and hide for a few minutes. Corporal Ratsmith, you're technically the commanding officer, so it's your call.
Yeah, but I run things like mostly a democracy until it affects me. So I'm gonna be like, you guys want to push or do you guys want to wait it out?
Your call. You're in charge.
We gotta. I mean, they already had a head start. I think we should probably hurry.
Okay, let's hurry up then.
Okay, so make a stealth roll -2 as a group.
Yeah, fucking damn. Shit,
You're now
fuck,
going
damn,
to-
fuck.
You're not going to where they
I
are.
landed on a 1.
I rolled it as a 1 again. I failed.
-2.
Well, it's -7 for me.
Minus 5. 2 6s.
Roll it again. Roll. Oh, that's not another
so
6.
11.
Boo.
5 is a 6.
Okay.
Yeah, same 6. 11 -5.
Okay. So this time,
This time I'm slacking.
Billy's kind of going. Eugene, you're really using more of your memory and intelligence to remember kind of a rough direction from where you started, and so you're kind of guiding them through what you think is the quietest path.
All that time of you being down and carried around.
Yeah,
really
paid
haven't
attention.
studied.
And so eventually, you guys cut through a small bagel shop or a small bread shop that you take a moment to just kind of relax as you see a group of them coming to pass. These
So-
mutants.
I'm gonna pull out that moldy bread and put it there and be like, "This is your home now." And I'll sit
So-
down and I'll get a new piece of bread.
You guys kind of move into the back
Mustard
room,
flavored.
and you'll have a quick moment if you want to exchange or anything before you move on. So there's a small group of mutants outside, but you're pretty sure that in the back room, as long as you don't start yelling, you're pretty safe.
Eugene.
They didn't brief us on these whatever these things are.
I don't think they meant to. I don't think the wildlife of the city
don't
was gonna be
I don't think we call this wildlife.
I'd rather
would
get
you
hit by a
call it?
mortar.
Sammy.
Unholy things.
Okay,
I
not all
agree
of us
with
are
that.
religious. Respect my
what an-
atheism.
What animal would this be?
Huh? What animal would this be? Well, I see fur and claws. Wolf. It also eats people, so cannibal wolf, which would equal werewolf.
That's not.
Stein.
That's not real. And things have to be.
Yeah,
made.
you want to bet what's not real? Go back out there and tell me it's not fucking real.
The things have to be made.
I think that gash on your chest or wherever you got hit,
I was gonna say you got scars to prove they're real.
I know, but I'm saying they're not. It's
All right.
non-holy.
they're a freak of nature for sure.
Yes, freak.
So is that all you guys?
Of nature.
All you have to say?
Yes.
Sergeant is a distant memory, huh?
No, the sergeant is
He's in
still
our
on the
memory.
way, according to everyone in this
Trust
room
me, he's
except for
lying,
me.
since that is sense.
No, he's not. I don't think you're saying that, right? You're not gonna be like, Sergeant's on his way.
Yeah. So no one's asked me. So yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
haven't
feel
said
like you
anything.
would.
No, I know. Eugene takes it in. It's more pressing.
What does that look like?
I mean, he's putting all his focus in getting everyone out of here.
Okay.
So his actions of getting everyone through the
Sam is still looking in the
stealth
direction of
rolls
the
is
sergeant.
showing-
Like he's coming any minute now.
So Sammy's kind of holding out hope. The other two of you are a little more grim.
I'm gonna look at Eugene, give him a wink, and be like, "He's dead."
I think I knew that.
Okay.
Deep down.
I'm gonna look at Sammy. Don't tell him.
He can't take it.
And then I'm
Did I
wink-
hear
and
them
then-
say
and
that?
then I'm gonna turn around to Sammy and wink at him. He's like, "He's coming back."
Don't tell Eugene.
Don't tell Eugene.
Now would I be able to see if he's lying to me?
I don't think he's actually going to say that to you.
No, but it will be left in.
So you guys take a minute to collect yourselves, and when the sound of them finally kind of passes on, you start to move again. And as you go, you kind of turn the corner, and you hear hushed speech in English as you kind of hear light footsteps.
Sleeper agents.
Ich bin eine Frau.
And so you can recognize it as the voice of Sergeant Sullivan.
Sarge.
Let's surprise him.
That's not a good idea.
So you guys,
Sergeant Sullivan. I'm gonna say at a little less hushed.
So Sergeant Sullivan will go over there. And so you guys, they kind of quickly move over to you and they join you in like a little courtyard looking thing. You can see that, so it's all of Delta. So you've got O'Connell with his bandaged face, Hughes, who seems to just get more blood on him every time you see him, but never seems to be injured. And then they're carrying a stretcher. Corporal Phelps and Sergeant Sullivan are carrying a stretcher that has Staff Sergeant Phelps on it. He seems to be extremely injured from several giant lacerations across his body.
Oh.
And they go, hey, he goes, it didn't go so well for Phelps. And so they kind of set him down gently.
Should I? You want me to try to fix him real quick, or do what I can?
Yeah, you can.
The sergeant, which one was it?
No.
Sergeant McAllister bought us time to get out, so we're just waiting for him to return.
Okay. Healer.
What? Oh, yeah. No.
Okay.
No.
So you start trying to field dress his wounds, but he's in rough shape. The lacerations on his are a lot deeper than they were for Sammy. You can tell by just touching him that he has a fever, so he's already fallen into infection and he's completely unconscious. While the blood isn't actively leaking everywhere, he's definitely not in fantastic shape. And if he doesn't get back to the trench, or at least somewhere half decent soon, he's going to die.
All right, well, let's hurry up to the rest of the.
Billy, do you think you can survive if we lasted or went through this gassing longer?
What? I'm sorry.
Phillips, do you think you'll survive if we have to go through the gas to get out of here?
No.
Oh, he's got a mask.
Okay.
Yeah, he's all right.
He just won't survive on injury.
Well,
So Sullivan goes, so McAllister stayed behind?
Yeah, he should be coming.
Yes, sir.
grim look.
And so he'll kind of look at Corporal Radsmith, and he's just kind of looking at you almost questioningly. He's not going to say anything, but he's just going to look at you kind of like almost with a quiet desperation. For
I'm
an answer.
gonna just shake my head now.
And he goes, oh, "Fuck." And so he takes a moment.
And
And
I'll walk over to him and I'll go. I think just to point it out, he wanted me to. I'm gonna
palm it.
yeah, plummet the things, and I'll offer my handshake to him. It
Yeah,
flashing.
so he'll take it. And as he kind of holds it in his palm, he's not really hiding it, but he's not really showing it.
right.
He's kind of like, fuck. And so he kind of takes a deep breath. He goes, no time for that now. We gotta go. He goes, all right, what did you learn? Anything?
Well, these guys are hard to kill, and there's a lot of them out there now.
Yeah, we're also alarmed by the multiplying
Yeah.
number.
The church is their base of operations.
Okay, so then we ditch the church and we just walk out of town.
Yeah,
Makes
did
the most sense.
anyone detain what the wind direction is, where the gas is flowing?
And so Hughes will go, I did. It's if we head down the west door, or the west lane, the way you guys came in past the church, we would end up going with the gas. So if they abandon their HQ, then that's correct. But if their HQ is protected and filtered, then they're going to see us on the way out. It's kind of a gamble. Not to mention that's where the warehouse is. So whatever they have in the warehouse is probably at their disposal.
And we saw more of these beasts on the east side then. Right, we're on the east side.
You guys are currently on the west. Yeah,
West,
you did
okay.
see them on the east.
And is the gas still like just cover the entire city?
It's starting to wane now, but it's still heavy enough that you require a mask.
Shouldn't we just wait?
That is an option. We could try and bunk down and wait out the gas,
Yeah, we
but
do have to wait for
these
Sergeant.
things also seem to have an acute sense of smell.
Yeah, but maybe they have a cute sense of sight when the gas is gone too.
And also, the Germans probably have a acute sense
Yeah.
of sight and
And
guns.
shouldn't we wait for the sergeant to come back?
I think he'll get the memo. But I think we go with the gamble. That's my
I
vote.
say we probably have to go to the church.
No, I meant avoid the church, but take
Well,
the gamble that they might be
we have to
there.
go
So-
towards
Well,
the
hold on a
direction.
minute.
O'Connell will go, I don't think we're in any kind of fighting shape, so I think waiting's not
Well,
the move either.
Hold on a minute. I think because when we were in the machine guns nest, there was another German in there. I think they're just as confused as we are.
I don't think that matters, honestly.
Says the one.
What?
Don't kill him.
That means nothing.
What I was gonna say was I think they're just as confused as we are, so they might not engage us.
I mean, he might have been a peon like we are. So
I don't. Yeah, well, I get your point there. I don't think that's a gamble we can take because if they do engage us, we're dead. I mean, O'Connell's missing an eye.
Yeah.
also, if they,
You're both, all three of you are pretty injured. Phelps is unconscious. I'm not doing the best myself. Corporal Reynolds is out of special equipment, and I'm worried about Private Hughes. So
if they set the church up as like their base of operations, I'm sure they can handle these wolf things.
I don't really care what they can handle.
Well, I meant that's just that I think they're not going to be worried about what's going
Yeah,
on. now.
no, that makes sense. So
We should backtrack around the church. It might take a while longer, but it's safer.
I vote with go with the fog out, and we'll pat.
Well, so going with the fog, you'll pass the church, but you could try to use it to hide from anyone who might see you.
Yeah, that's my view.
And all of the gunshots were over in the center, that side we just came from. So maybe all the creatures are that way too.
And then Hughes goes, they probably have trucks at their HQ. I don't think Phelps is going to survive if we go out on foot.
That's true. I don't think we can.
I mean,
be
even
as
the
stealthy.
nearest town, provided that the nearest town isn't also occupied, is at least an hour on foot. I don't think he's got that kind of time.
Is there any civilian cars around here?
I don't see any.
Yeah, I'm down with that. That sounds like to me that it's just wholly
we can
beneficial to
do-
go by there.
Okay.
It's a crazy idea, but what we can do is if we know these creatures are basically drawing us out, we could take one of our rifle grenades, shoot the entrance of the church, and have all of them go to the church. And
Well, that's
why-
just going to draw them all to us, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say we
Well, wait,
still have
no,
to
like-
leave.
They are drawn to sound, but they can still see us.
And
like-
also, we watched them crash a car, which I not
no, it was.
taking the odds on that.
It's more of like a. Once we are about to get out, we use that as a distraction, so they're not focused on us and they're focused on the Germans.
I'm saying that if there's more of them, I feel like they could still get us both. I don't feel like they have to be that selective,
Well, then also there's a gamble if there's even Germans left in the church.
That's true.
and they don't just attack what's easier, which is us.
And
we wouldn't be
that
in
the
the
Germans have no kind of control over them.
Yeah. Yeah. So I vote steal truck run like that's
So we'll pass by the HQ. So,
Either way, we have to go that direction.
okay, we need to split into vaguely 2 teams.
okay.
He goes, someone, 2 people, and a guard need to go with Sergeant Phelps because he can't move.
I think
The other
medics
team
should
will have to
stick with
secure the truck.
So
I think he's stable as far as that goes. It's just literally someone has to carry him.
I vote we get the truck, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Corporal Ratsmith, then you take your team. You go to the church, you get the truck.
Yes.
I'll take, and you can take Hughes with you.
Okay. Yes.
I'll
Hughes.
carry me, and Reynolds will carry Staff Sergeant Phelps, and O'Connell will cover us.
Where's our fallback plan if this doesn't go well?
Run like hell.
Run like hell.
Be back at the trench.
It's been an honor.
Run like hell and hope you find your way back to the trench.
Okay.
For anyone, just for the information, in the event that you do flee the city, the nearest town that I could think of, provided it's not occupied, is about 2.5. No, it's a lot farther than that. Probably like 5 or 6, 7 miles south of here. So if you follow south for about 7 to 10 miles, you'll find another town. And if it's not occupied, the French citizens will help you, but that's its own gamble. And Phelps won't survive the walk. But if shit does go to hell, then head that way.
Well, let's succeed this mission.
All right.
Oh, wait, thank. Let's do it.
He goes, that's all I got. He goes, Hughes, you go with them. You're under Corporal Ratsmith's command. Go for it. And so Hughes will go, yeah, all right.
To the church.
Okay. What's your plan of attack for the church? Are you just going to sneak up to it? Or are you going to
Well, I have
try to
friends.
observe it? You do have the warehouse and the stuff across from it that you can, like, peek at it.
So we saw it on the map and from like a
You
distance.
saw it on the way in. You, like,
Yeah.
passed by it.
What's the map outlook like? If I can remember from the map, looking at it, like how's the center church and everything around it set up?
So it's not like the church isn't, like, a fixture. It's not a big part of the town as far as that goes. It's like if you're going down the side street, there's the church. There was a butcher, a butcher grocer. There was the industrial warehouse that you guys had searched earlier, and then there were like an apartment or a couple houses off across from it. So it's like the street is the main center. The church is just kind of on the street.
I think they might be set up in an apartment complex too, just an ambush. Another one.
I think.
I think so. So we might need to circle around that.
Yeah, that's probably best.
Or if they're not in there and there's people that were in there, they might have turned. If that's what they do, those wolf creatures.
Oh yeah. Okay.
We have no idea.
So either way, I think the apartment complex is probably dangerous.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Okay. That's good. Ideas for getting to the truck now?
So yeah, you guys kind of take a moment you dip into a nearby store and take a moment to really think it over.
I'll dish out my bread. Pass it to everybody.
Private Hughes will take his weapons and kind of prepare them, reload and everything.
Use the cover, maybe the graveyard and all of the
Headstones.
the headstones.
Morbid. I like it.
Well, we'd be approaching from behind, he says. The graveyard's out back. Not to say that's a bad move, just we'd have to go around to the other
Can't
street.
we, like, once we get close enough, just kind of army crawl away?
Yeah, but that leaves us in the open for a long time.
So we're gonna have to book it the long way around.
We could.
Do we know where do we see any vehicles?
Not on the way in. I mean, there was evidence that their vehicles came in and out of that warehouse, and
Okay.
you guys didn't necessarily search the entire warehouse.
So
You just found the corpses and
the
left.
way we're going is heading towards where the German side is. Like if we were going to the battlefield.
No, so basically, you're way behind American line at this point. This town was supposed to be like your town.
Okay.
It's part of your supply route. And so when you came in through the west road, you passed a church, a warehouse, and like some other buildings. That was their HQ. So they have been there. Like you passed them already. You just didn't see them.
They just didn't ambush us
And
there.
they didn't do anything.
Yeah. Okay. So we're just backtracking.
Which could explain how they knew to ambush you in the center of town.
Yeah. Did we see any of the the creatures up this way since we departed?
So they seem to be mostly congregated in the center of town, but you're not so far away that they couldn't get to you if they wanted to.
Do they want to?
I'm sure.
Okay.
So, well, if the creatures haven't really moved since the last loud noise. I think we're still good stealthing up, and we just have to worry about the actual people seeing us. But they might not want to shoot immediately because they might get attacked by them too.
Let's move up. I think we should move up to find out where at least the cars are.
It's also very weird. It's very quiet up here, knowing that there's a bunch of terrifying creatures running around.
I don't know if it's weird. I think it's pretty fair to say that be quiet when there's monsters.
So yeah, that
There'll
confirms
be
it.
monsters.
There'll be monsters.
Let's just stealthily try to
That's
get
my
around.
next character. It's gonna be a pirate in World War One.
So that's fine. So what's your approach, though? You just going to walk up to the front door?
No.
You want to walk
I
up?
think we're gonna do the graveyard idea.
Yeah.
So you want to circle around back and try to go through the graveyard?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to make a stealth roll.
Oh yeah. How's a fail?
Nope.
Should have picked better people who weren't wounded.
Fail.
Okay, so as you guys begin to approach the church, you do see a spotlight kind of flash on. Now, because there's still a lot of gas in the air, it does kind of diffuse the light, and it's not like spotlighting your exact position, but they're pretty much aware that you're here. So you either run for the door or run away.
Guys, quick tap dancing. Tap dance routine. Ready? 3, 2, 1. All right. I'm gonna
What's our orders?
forward to the door.
So there. Okay.
Okay, so you guys kind of all make haste towards the door, and as you get up to the door, you can see that they have been like shut and probably barricaded on from the other side to some extent.
Can we go in?
So what's your move? So you can kind of hear that, and then you hear well, you don't hear, but you do see large speakers or large like bells on top of the church. So if they wanted to suddenly make a lot of noise, you're kind of running out of time before they can.
Climb the building.
Well, if they're gonna sound us off and get us killed by staying there, bunkered up, we could try sabotaging their walls or doors, and then the creature will
Because
attack
I don't
them.
think we have a whole lot of time to think super hard.
No, but I don't. Do we see any trucks?
Blow,
So yeah, surprisingly, there's no trucks in
Yeah.
the graveyard.
We might need to get in the church.
we can blow open the doors. That's the only way in.
We could. It'd make a lot of noise, but
That's the only
It's
way
an
Those
in.
option.
creatures were able
Alright,
to destroy those trucks.
I
though.
listen to my subordinates. Let's do it.
That's the only option we got.
Got
unless
3 of those
you
grenades. Maybe we
so
could
you guys
fashion
kind of
a
yeah, you're
bomb.
gonna use
wanna-
you're gonna
someone's
use one of the
gonna-
rifle grenades.
I mean, do we think
Eugene,
we need-
fire!
We have 2 because Sergeant had
We have
one.
3, right?
No, Michael gave it to. I assume Michael had them. He just can't fire them.
Yeah, I don't have a gun
Yeah.
to fire them on. Eugene, fire yours at the
Using
door.
is it a battle thing to see how many it would take to blow this door up?
It's a wooden door. I mean, unless they've reinforced it with rebar or something, one should do it.
And I have to shoot it with the gun, right? I can't just throw it,
You probably could.
even though it might go backwards.
Or if we want to try a more stealth approach, we can
We've
use
already made the decision. We are firing.
Okay, so yeah, you kind of hastily prepare
Okay.
as you and Hughes work to like
Attach
attach
it.
the rifle grenade, and then
Name. And you guys want to help me?
No, you're good.
You hold the barrel. And my stomach's weak.
so Hughes will grab the front of the barrel and kind of help point it. So I'll give you a +1.
I will. Okay, I'm going to.
Might as well use the bonus help.
I'm going to make sure that it is attached correctly using repair.
Okay.
No.
Okay. You want to help at all? Okay. So
do.
you get a +1 from Private Hughes.
Right. Aim, fire. Miss.
Roll a d4.
1,
Okay. Then roll another d4.
2.
Okay. So you fire, and it kind of goes higher than you were aiming. Whether you got to buckle at the last second from your wound, and it kind of goes a little high, but it does hit the top of the door still because it only went 2 above. And so it kind of blows the top half of the door open, and you can see inside that there was some kind of stuff leaned up against it, and there's probably about a human-sized hole. You could climb through it. It just you couldn't quickly walk
cool.
through it.
All right, I'm going in.
We're gonna climb through it.
Yeah, so everybody make an athletics roll to quickly climb through.
Oh, fucking god damn, I'm failed. Now, all these were passes if I wasn't
-1.
-5.
-1.
Ooh.
Just
Crit
say.
fail. No crit fail this time.
12, 13, 12.
Good job.
Damn.
Okay.
Mr.
So
wounded over there.
Private Hughes will kind of go. So Sammy goes first, always leading the pack, and just kind of like shoves his way through. And as you kind of flop through on the other side, you see a bunch of corpses, which we'll deal with in a second. And then as Eugene and Billy are trying to scramble through, Hughes is like pushing to help you go over. As you do hear like the rapid thudding of footsteps of people like approaching. and then he kind of jumps quickly. So now you only have one turn to come up with a way that you're going to stop this flood of creatures from getting in the door. So as you all kind of narrowly get inside, there's now a hole about human size that they can start coming through.
All right.
What else is around us?
So it's a church. So I mean, anything you would
There's
expect to find
bodies.
in a
Put
church.
the bodies through.
Make them feed on the bodies.
So you're trying to like mound the bodies.
I was. Well, if we push the body, I may eat the body, and then just if we
Is there like a something?
basically
we
we're
could block the hole
feeding
with?
troughing them.
Give them, feed trough them for a second, then board it up.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to buy a turn by feeding them. So go ahead and do that, Billy.
How do I do that?
That'd be an athletics roll.
Okay.
You're trying to
I
throw the bodies
want
out.
to look around and see if there's anything to fully board up.
Okay, and
Does that notice?
I guess that's the me too. So I'd help him board it up.
okay, so make one of you make notice, the other one make repair.
Do you have repair?
I have repair.
I'll make notice.
So who's rolling first?
He'll go first.
No.
I mean, so there's church stuff. There's pews. So
The church corridor.
he'll try to help you with the repair. He does. So you get a +2.
Who's the altar? How much you give me?
He gave you +2.
7 minus 3 is a 4.
So you barely, as they're like scrambling to break through, you and Hughes are able to kind of shove some of the church pew in there and kind of nail it in place with Sammy's help. He goes, "That's not going to hold long, but it gives us a second."
So what's in the church?
And Billy's over there trying to pick up one of the bodies.
What's in the church?
So yeah, you guys turn and see just a litany of German corpses. They all seem to have died.
And I was trying to feed them.
From the gas?
Explains why they're quiet.
Yes.
So yeah, a quick examination. You don't know really what killed them, but you assume it was gas because they don't have any external injuries.
So they didn't care what happened to their man.
Or they, yeah.
So there is an upper floor that has like an office kind of building
go
or
up
an
there.
office kind of area.
So I'm going to go up there.
Yeah. The high ground is a
The
good
light,
idea.
they were shining a light at us, so there's probably someone up there.
So you guys are gonna go upstairs.
Stealthily.
So Hughes will lead with you. You want to stealth? Is that the move, everybody? So this will be an independent roll. So everyone will have to pass.
Perfect. Let's do it. How's a fucking failure sound?
Sure, Phil.
And it's our third one for Eugene.
So sorry. How unlucky. Welcome to the unlucky ones.
I'm gonna die. No. Well, either way, we're gonna be unstealthy.
So as you kind of are working your way up,
The gas is really hitting me.
you suddenly feel the door in front of you kind of flies open as two men in these like well-made, well-kept black suits step out,
Like Germans?
like Germans in
Black
20 years.
leather.
Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bikers, hey.
They're not leather, but they're like,
shiny
these
leather?
well-pressed black suits that are indicative of their status as an
Corporate dogs.
officer. Billy, you get to make the first move. So yeah, you kind of see them throw the door open, and one of them steps out wearing a gas mask.
Hi.
So you're just gonna talk to him.
That is-
So you're gonna go and hold.
Yeah, that sounds like a great
Okay,
plan.
cool. Sammy,
Do they have any weapons?
yes,
Are they? How far are they?
up the stairs.
Like range wise?
Oh, medium or short,
So they have more grenades.
So
too.
not melee.
not melee. No.
Go and shoot them
Okay.
with my rifle.
Okay.
But wait, interruption.
Okay.
it
Do you want to?
athletics?
So you roll athletics to see if you could beat him.
Okay. I failed.
What'd you get?
I got a failure at like -1.
Oh, I got a 0.
So you both failed, so nothing changes. So Sammy still goes first. Billy, you'll go after.
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot him.
What were you trying to do?
I was just gonna try to stop him and say like, "Hey, let's
Okay.
talk before we fire."
7 minus 4.
So 4 hits. Roll your damage.
It's 2d8.
Our first successful roll of the session. It feels like.
I've had a few.
That might have been true.
You've had a
Three's
few.
cracked.
That might be true.
I had a
3,
lot of
8.
really bad ones.
I've had all successes if I didn't have
13
5
damage.
-5 to everything.
That's all that matters.
13 damage.
So you kind of fire as the bullet just kind of goes straight into his chest, and he kind of stumbles forward and falls down the staircase, and you move aside,
Nice shot.
That's what I'm good at.
Billy. So you quickly try to put your hand out to stop him, but he fires before you can, so now you're kind of holding the front of his barrel, and the one dude's already dead.
I'm gonna look at him and be like, "You want this to happen to you? Hands down."
So you're intimidating.
Yeah.
Taunting.
Okay. Do I have intimidation? I don't. I do all the things I don't have.
Jack of all trades should be
4.
all your characters.
That really should be 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. Nope.
Okay, so he doesn't seem phased by your request as
Pretty please.
as he quickly raises his rifle to fire.
Who?
In return, he's going to shoot at Billy.
Don't hit me.
I was being nice.
How's 9? What's your toughness?
My toughness is 4.
So you're shaken and wounded.
I'm dead or incapacitated.
Okay, so yeah, he kind of quickly. You're kind of like, do you want this to happen to you? And then he just fires, and the bullet kind of just like right into your neck. Or sorry, roll 2d6. We'll see where it hits you.
Oh yeah, you want to see where it hits me? How's a 3 and a 2 sound?
Roll 1d6.
How's a 1 sound?
Sorry, roll vigor. One more thing.
Yeah,
How's a
Got out of order there.
Your
Vigor's a 4?
yeah?
Oh.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Just 6, right?
11, 6.
Okay, so this will go away once you heal. But it's a temporary injury. So he fires, and the bullet kind of nails you in the upper like thigh as you kind of grab it and fall down the staircase and are knocked unconscious.
My ACL. Billy, pass out.
So your agility die is reduced by a type until all your wounds are healed. So yeah, Sammy, you feel Billy's hand kind of sloth off your gun as he falls and just like.
I'm gonna look at Eugene like, go ahead, patch him up. I'll take care of him.
Don't touch me.
So Private Hughes will go next.
Like someone go tend to him at least.
So Hughes storms up the staircase.
Bayonet charging.
Use a mad lad. That repressed anger.
So Hughes kind of runs up the stairs as the guy fires at him, and Hughes grabs the front of the gun and just kind of like pushes it back, and then grabs the guy by the throat and just starts slamming his head into the handrail. And after like 2 or 3, you see the guy kind of fall on the ground, and Hughes just whips out a trench knife and starts just stabbing him repeatedly as the combat's over.
I'm gonna go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run
Holy
downstairs.
shit,
So he's unconscious.
So yeah, just for mental image, the whole time this next interaction happens, you just hear the behind you up the staircase.
I don't think he's.
And I'm gonna run downstairs and fireman carry Billy upstairs.
Do you want to treat him first, or
I think we should.
I want to get.
No. Let him do what he wants.
I want to get to complete safety before I know it.
I'm okay with that.
I don't know what I'm doing, so I want to get him to where I think is complete safety.
What's the term? Let him cook.
Let him cook.
So I'm gonna
guys?
get him upstairs.
I thought you were giving me an adventure card. I was like, do you have a let him cook adventure card?
Let him cook.
When someone claims let him cook, you must
So yeah,
let it.
you
Yeah, since
between the two of you, you kind of grab Billy, and you're able to maneuver him up the stairs to the room there. There is no one else in the room that you can see.
I'm gonna attempt to.
Well, there is a guy in a cage actually, but we'll deal with that in a minute.
I'm gonna put him down and attempt to stop the bleeding.
Okay, so you guys are gonna work together to.
try to. Well, yeah. Hughes, can you get the door? Make
Yeah.
sure
Do you have the healing skill or no?
no.
Okay, cool. So do something.
So you kind of hear the thumping stop as Hughes walks into the door and just kind of pulls the door shut behind him.
Push something in front. Is it
Natural
like a
leader.
bookcase?
He goes, "I'm not trapping us in this room. I'll guard the door. Don't worry."
Okay, so
I'm ready to kill. I got some taste of it.
do something. Make a noise or look around for cloth or something.
So Hughes is going to say, in a different, not so timid voice, he goes, "He's the medic, right? Does he have a bag?
I mean,
Yeah, use that bag.
Do you have anything left in your medic bag?" Okay.
No.
I'm having him make a
I'm gonna
support
notice
roll.
or look around and see if there's any German supplies.
Okay, go ahead and roll a notice on your first support roll.
Yeah, so it's a fail.
So you don't get any bonus.
So -3 to heal.
I'm dying. Save me.
Oh, Billy.
So you guys are desperately trying to patch up Billy here.
My ACL has been torn.
I think on a success, you're fine. I
didn't
actually don't
succeed.
think you're bleeding out. No, I think when he succeeded the vigor roll.
This is not.
I'm not bleeding out, but my ACL.
So you're unconscious still, though.
Oh.
But now I can't heal him anymore.
Yeah, I think that's how that works for now.
It's good. I wasn't getting rid of any of the wounds anyway.
So yeah,
need another
he's
stretcher.
down for the count, so to speak.
I'll mute my mic.
Perfect.
Guy in a cage. What are you doing here?
So yeah, you do see a man in a cage. You also see around you kind of like a bunch of recording equipment, a bunch of like beakers and bottles and stuff, a giant map splayed out in the middle, all kinds of interesting stuff.
I'm gonna take it.
The map, it's not like, no, it's like a fixture on the table.
I'm gonna take the recording stuff. Like the
I'm gonna go
tapes.
to the guy in the cage.
I think you misunderstand what 1920. It's like the size of a bookshelf. Like they didn't have hand cassettes. They
Oh,
were.
there's
they were-
tape.
Does that
Pretty
mean
sure
there?
it's tape. Like magnetic tape strips? That's what
There
they-
was. What I'm telling you is that this
Oh,
is.
well.
You'd basically have to spend an hour taking it apart to
Okay.
get that out.
I'm just gonna go to the guy in the cage.
Okay. So the guy in the cage is kind of sitting there, and the cage is meant to keep him to be able to not move. So he's kind of on all fours
I'm
on the ground.
gonna look at him like you English.
He just kind of looks up at you, and he doesn't say anything.
I'm gonna like
What does his nationality look like?
I mean, he's white, so
Okay.
what
Better.
uniform is he wearing?
he's naked. Well, he's not fully naked. He's in his underwear.
So I'm gonna
Strip naked.
I'm gonna like assign a piece. I'm gonna like kind of put my weapon on my back and be like hands up like I don't mean harm.
Yeah, he's just kind of looking at you.
Like we're here to help.
Gotta hurry.
You look at his neck from above, and you can kind of see he has a scar running vertically across his spinal cord, kind of at the nape of his neck, which is similar to all the other bodies you found.
All the demon things.
You didn't look specifically at those. All the people you'd found like hanging on meat hooks and stuff.
I'm like, can you speak?
He doesn't say anything. He just kind of looks at you.
Right, I'm gonna look around for notes to see if there's anything on what they're doing.
Okay.
I'll help.
Okay. Make a notice.
Gotta hurry though. No.
Every session, someone will spend their time unconscious.
12, 16,
New rule.
13.
So 13, you're looking around like notes. Where would they keep notes? And you lean back, and as you lean back, you hear a as the recording starts to play. And you're like, right. Yes, that's new stuff that they do that will eventually turn into RPG podcasting.
That'd be easier to do my homework with.
So in the recording, you kind of hear the voices that kind of starts off. And I'm going to do my best German here. It goes, well, the experiments have been a mild success. Mostly. I think less successful on my side. Well, that's no problem. It goes, whether or not it works exactly how we designed it, seems as though it would extend the mere creation of this will of these creatures will extend the war by several years at least. I mean, now that the Americans have joined, it was only a matter of time before the old Kaiser's forces finally fell. So, with the addition of this on the battlefield, we might be able to damage the American morale enough to have them leave the war, or even better, to get them damaged enough to stay in the war but with less power. My experimentation has found that there's some subjective element I'm not able to measure that determines how they take the transformation. Nobody has had their psychology survive. They have all been driven mad. Well, except one. As well, what else can we do? We continue experimentation. I think the Americans are catching on to our occupation of this town, so it may be a good opportunity for field testing. Either way, once we release these beasts, we'll see how they perform against the Americans and the Germans, and we'll have an idea of where we can use them to keep the conflict going. Can't have it ending too soon, after all. Do we free the big one? No, we leave him for now. I don't think we need him yet. Plus, even if he gets out, he'll find his way back to us. The stone. We are running out. We'll need more. Valid point. Maybe that's our next goal then. Don't forget your necklaces. They are the most important part. And the recording cuts off.
So kill a guy in the cage.
He sounds like the big one. Hughes, what do you think?
So
Hughes goes, I don't want to touch him.
can
There's three of us.
I'm gonna like, what's here's like, you think we should drag that body and see if that one that you stabbed up on top of the stairs has a necklace?
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, he does.
Did you get it?
Yeah, he's kind of holding it. So he holds up this small kind of silverish white rock that is tied into like a metal chain, or is welded into like a metal chain.
Yeah.
He goes, I don't know what it is, but I thought it'd be worth money.
Just might be worth a lot more than money.
Yeah, and he shoves it in his pocket.
Yeah, that's the best idea. Now how are we gonna get the hell out of here?
He goes, well, looking at their battle map here, it looks like they have some supply trucks just on the outside of town and a forest up the road.
I'm more talking about the building.
The building?
Yeah. With them things about outside.
Yeah, that's a valid point.
Yeah,
So-
so we're in the bell tower.
Yeah, you're on the second floor.
So if I look outside,
They're kind of wandering around. They're not necessarily there. He goes, you have another rifle grenade?
Yeah.
Just fire it down the street and we can make a run for it.
Okay.
you want to help me?
I have it.
Hughes is going, I'm going to see if I can get Corporal Radsmith back to his feet. So he's able to wake you up. So you kind of, whatever you're dreaming about,
Oh.
going to come to, and he goes, hey, you all right?
Yeah, I'm good. Hey, what's up?
He goes, all right, let's get out of here. Before we do that, Captain, wow. you
Captain
really-
Reynolds,
He
hello.
got upgraded.
Corporal Radsmith, is there anything you want to do in this room? So you're fully ambulatory. You have 3 wounds. So
Oh yeah, well I'm gonna walk over to the guy in the cage.
yeah, so he kind of looks up at you and doesn't say anything.
I'm gonna wave at him.
He can't move. So
Shame. I'm gonna nod my head.
The tape said he's the big one, and he's got
Yeah,
a weird cut on his
just
neck.
leave him alone.
Nod my head.
He doesn't respond. He just kind of looks at you.
Point to the cage and make an opening gesture. And then I'm going to say, and I'm nodding my head yes, and I'll look at him questioningly.
So, I mean, he's going to lock eyes with you. He can't really move much. He's held to the cage, like his head's held up on a necklace, and his hands are like chained to the floor.
I'm going to say, move your eyes up and down if you'd like me to open this cage.
So he moves his eyes up and down.
Okay. Can you guarantee us a way out? Up and down, left and right.
He nods it up and down.
That doesn't involve our death.
He doesn't respond.
Well, it's a shame. Do you know where the key is?
I checked the other guy.
So he looks over at a desk.
I'm going to go check out the desk.
What other guy are you checking?
The one that fell down the
other
stairs.
dude. Unless they're inside this building now.
No, they're
The
not.
first guy that got shot then.
Oh, so you go down the stairs, and he also has one of those necklaces.
Put it in my pocket.
I am going to go to the desk.
Yeah, so without much effort, you find a key.
And his gas mask.
Okay. Anything in the desk aside from the key or just the key?
Nope.
Okay, cool. I'm going to walk over to the cage.
I'm gonna stop him.
Okay. So
Yes.
you kind of interject between him and the
I'm
cage.
gonna step up him like, no, leave it be. They say they left. They said in the recording they're leaving the big one. He'll find his way back eventually. So I think
You can't shove it through his body, despite your gesture there.
I'm like, I think he is the big one, and I think we should just let
You
him.
guys keep saying the big one, and I don't know what that
I'm gonna
means.
play the recording for him.
So the recording plays again, and you're now caught up.
Okay, cool.
We're leaving him in here.
Still
I don't
kinda-
care what you say. We are leaving him here.
No, I think I'm just going to open it.
I'm still in the way. I'm still like
The other's
standing.
transformed after the gas hit, so maybe this mask will stop him from if he is one of them.
I'm still standing in
Not
the
a
way.
bad idea. Let's give him the mask.
I'm still in the way of the door.
Well, yeah, but
Is this a
three
higher
people
quality?
overpower you. There's nothing you can do.
Is this a higher quality mask?
No.
Okay, I didn't know if there's like a thing. Here you go, Billy.
Thank you, Eugene. All right, yeah, I'm going to... Yeah, I'd like to open... Sammy, please move. I'm going to open this.
Okay.
Okay, so as he does, I'm gonna point my rifle at the guy in the cage. Like, you open that door, I will shoot.
You like disobeying orders a lot.
I know I have a bad feeling about this, so I'm telling you, that door unlocks, I will pull the trigger.
You didn't have a bad feeling about running into a gun nest.
What's your parry?
5.
So you feel a whack on the back of your head as Hughes just like kind of slapped you, and he goes, "You are really gonna get us all killed."
Unlocking that door is gonna get us killed.
We don't know. We don't
Okay.
know anything.
Okay.
We do know that you're a lower rank than him.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm going to open the cage.
Yeah. So you and as you do, the brace on his neck and on his arms also like breaks off.
I'm gonna hold out the gas mask to him and be like, put this on.
So he disregards the gas mask and he kind of gets up and he stands about 6'8". Like he's very tall.
Oh, you cute bastard.
And he suddenly kind of like cricks his neck out and like straightens his back. And then you see from his pores begin to emerge that thick hair that the others have around them.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to just keep watching, I will continue describing it.
I will continue to watch, or I guess no, actually, moreover, I'll be like, all right, I'll give him space. Let's move over to the window.
Just gonna watch this.
I'm going to let this man, from what I remember, somebody didn't lose their temperament and went into psychosis by the audio recording. So I'm going to hope that this applies to this man.
Okay.
I'm gonna grasp onto that necklace. I don't know what it does. Let me put it on.
I am.
Time to everyone pray to God real
So
quick.
all I'm gonna do is slam the door and lock it, the cage door.
Well, he's already out of the cage,
Oh.
so it's a little late for that. So you slam the cage door behind him.
Is there where? So what's?
No
around
more
us?
cages for you, I'm going to
What's
say.
around us?
I mean, so there's some random equipment and such, but
Is there a window?
yeah, you
Well,
can
I'm gonna
jump.
break the I'm
You'd
gonna
fall back to the main floor of the
I'm like,
church.
this is our way out because we are fucked.
So
know
yeah, I
about
mean,
fuck.
unsurprisingly, he's gonna attack everybody in the room.
Ah.
Even with the necklace on?
Yeah.
Damn.
Ah.
Damn, it's like I was right.
So
Oh, Big Baby didn't want to
what's
play
your
game.
parry?
5.
So Eugene, it's a hit with a raise.
Hell yeah.
Calls back to when Ben was summoning a demon in the side room. So 9. What's your toughness?
It's a 5.
So you're wounded. So I think you're unconscious.
Yeah, like ah.
So it kind of like swipes its claw and it hits Eugene and he flies through the window out of the second story and slams into the first floor.
Hot damn.
Every time.
That's impressive. Don't do that again, please.
As he kind of turns and swipes and he nails Private Hughes kind of across the chest, and Private Hughes just kind of like buckles up. So it gets like across his arm and his lower stomach as he kind of steps back and blood kind of pours out. Sammy, you actually duck. So he swings his, turns to swing at you, and because your parry is a 6 or a 5.
A 5.
Okay, so you're still good. So you duck as he kind of gets at and kind of get out of the way as he swipes. And Billy, he hits you for 3.
That's my parry, right?
No, damage. He hits your parry, which is 5, right?
Yep.
Your toughness, so he doesn't go over your toughness. He got a swipe just tearing apart your knapsack.
Ah.
And he lets out a howl and like more like a roar. And when he does, you hear everything outside start to get more agitated. We'll call it.
I like the term agitated.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna grab
Run?
Sammy and Hughes, and I'm gonna go out the window that Eugene went out.
Right there.
No one went out a window yet.
I did.
Eugene did forcefully.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you would take 3 damage each, so you're fine. So you all kind of crash into the bottom floor as you hear them kind of chomping at the bit to break through the main door. Hughes goes, I have keys.
Oh, good. All right. Let's. I'm gonna grab Eugene's rifle. So yeah, I want to fix one of the.
Yeah, so you
grenades.
fix your rifle grenade.
And I'll be like, okay. I'm gonna look at Hughes and say, grab Eugene. We're gonna go out towards because we can't go out the front door because they're biting through the front door, right?
They're kind of coming through either door. You could create an opening basically the minute they open the door by firing the grenade at them.
Okay.
Or you could blow a hole in a sidewall. I mean,
All right. I got an idea. I'm gonna say, Hughes, grab Eugene. I'm gonna shoot the sidewall, and then I'm gonna go as I run out. I'm gonna fix a second one to get ready to fire.
okay.
And
So
then that'll use the rest of mine.
Yeah, so you blow a hole in the sidewall without an issue. You have the last one ready, so we're going to start a chase. So you burst the rifle grenade through the wall, and you begin running into the kind of the street towards the direction that you saw on the map where the supply trucks would be. So we're beginning a chase. I will deal your team a card. So you guys are up first. So the way that this will work as a team is you're going to make essentially one movement roll for free, and then basically one of you can act, the others can support, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Except for Eugene.
Eugene's unconscious, correct. His favorite state.
I can't get hurt if I don't see what happens.
So, yeah,
Something
you
like
guys begin running. As you take off through the field, you can hear the smaller ones behind you, but the big one seems to be the main threat as he's also chasing you.
Stop.
So, what do you want to do?
So I feel like I am going to try to slow it down by blasting it with the big thing or the grenade.
Okay, so you'd roll a shooting.
I can do that. My mind is fucking.
Or,
fried.
yeah, okay, go ahead.
Unless you want to give me it and I can do it.
I've already committed. I failed.
Okay, roll a d4.
A door. That's a 4.
Okay, so you whiff. So you fire, and it goes kind of off to the side and explodes in the graveyard
Guys, I'm
as you
out.
continue running. So, Sammy, you're making your team's movement roll.
Okay.
So you can full send it to get a +2.
We're full. Send it.
So roll athletics.
-3. No.
So you guys are running, but you're not really gaining any ground as this thing is quickly keeping up with you.
Why does it have to be 30 feet tall? Why?
So yeah, you keep moving. It is his turn. He's going to just try to advance at his full speed, which he gets 1. So he slowly, or quickly rather, begins to gain on you as you move around the graveyard and into the open field, kind of headed to that forest where you know the truck would be. With you guys going first again, what do you want to do?
I'll attempt to slow him down just by popping a shot at him.
Okay,
But I mean,
so you just fire at him. So you'd roll shooting.
okay. Just to slow him down. -3. No.
So I'm gonna pro tip. You probably want to stack modifiers onto a single action in this instance, as none of you are particularly well suited.
Time to run then.
Yeah. So Private Hughes is going to try to help you. So as he's kind of running slightly ahead of you, he's like kicking stuff and moving brush out of the way. So you'll have a +1 to your athletics roll. And if you're full sending it, it's additional +2, so +3.
+3. That means it's a -2. Which means I failed.
Okay.
You should lead.
So you guys kind of keep moving as you're not really able to keep ahead, and he will advance to you guys. I'll make it to your card. And so you quickly gaining on you as you look back. He's mere feet from you now.
Hello, sir.
You can see that he is fully transformed into what you had suspected earlier, which I'll give you a Benny for being right, is a werewolf.
Woo!
And he seems to be, so the other ones, to your estimation, hey, look at that for you guys.
Joker!
Joker.
Give me that other one. I want that Betty back.
To your estimation, he is a. The others are like lesser wolves that did not transform correctly. He seems to be the one that took to it correctly.
Oh, yeah?
How about we just all run? All focus on running.
do.
We really need to gain ground.
Yeah, let's run.
Okay, what do you want to do to help him get away? So
Make a survival.
you're trying to navigate? Okay.
Navigate our way back to the,
Yeah, go for it.
that's the trench. 4.
So you get a
Wait,
plus
no.
1. You get a plus nothing so far?
3, 4, 6.
Okay. So plus 1 to your roll.
Your roll a total of 6 plus 4. So is it
No, with the
10?
plus 4.
Okay.
So Private Hughes is trying to continue clearing the way for you, but he's getting less and less effective as he's carrying Eugene's body on his back.
I did wait.
Full speed ahead.
So you'll have a plus 2 for full sending and a plus 2 for the Joker. So and a plus 1 from Sammy. So you're plus 5 all day.
It's a normal roll then. Yeah, a number that's good. An 8.
8, you can move. So you'll move 2 spaces forward. So after you, so I'll let you know how this works. After you get to 4, you can attempt to escape at a minus 4. But the farther away you get, the easier it becomes to escape.
Yes. Makes sense.
And he will move 1. So you guys are kind of charging forward towards the pearly gates as.
Hell.
So he's gaining behind you, kind of tearing through the forest. You guys have fully gotten into the woods now. You're just trying to find your way to wherever this might be. As he's slowly gaining, you can even kind of hear the thudding of his large footsteps behind you.
say we keep gaining ground.
Yeah, I'm done.
So I'm gonna
Help me, you
support them by
fools.
just I'm trying to think of what that can do.
Just think about it.
Support them by like. Oh no, I'm trying to think what the
No,
skill.
you don't have to talk while you think. You can you can not do that. So Private Hughes is going to take a grenade that he had gotten from a dead enemy earlier, and he's going to kind of like pop it and throw it at a tree as you guys pass by. And as he does, the tree kind of collapses, creating an obstacle for this man to have to navigate.
Yeah, the worst I can think of is navigate again.
Okay.
-3, 6.
So you get a plus 1 all day.
Which means -4. Which means I failed.
Did you get a plus 2 from full sending it?
Which still means I failed.
Okay. You want a Benny?
Yeah, oh, fuck it. Yeah, we can try it.
So you're at plus 3 total.
Oh, there we go. There's a 6. 4.
So you move 1. So you're able to keep making ground. So now this is at an additional -2 because he has to avoid
The
the
tree.
complication that what's his name had made. So he was greedy, and so he did not succeed because I wanted him to attack you. So, so he kind of runs and he kind of stumbles over as the grenade goes off and the tree kind of falls. It hits him in the hind leg, kind of slowing him for a second. And you see, within mere seconds, his leg is back to full health. So to speak.
what a bitch. I mean, it's a good one. Good one.
2. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Peter called it. Benny. Benny.
I'm unconscious, Benny.
Yeah. That's how I give him
Benny.
10. It doesn't do anything.
Benny.
Yeah, so you guys still keeping the lead. What's your move? I mean, I assume to run like hell.
Yeah, I thought that sounds
Yeah.
like a good time. Let's run.
I will use athletics. I mean,
Okay, good.
8.
Okay, plus 2 to you, so plus 4 all day.
+4.
Oh, sorry, no. Hughes is going to help you also.
Okay.
Plus 4 all day. He didn't help you much.
Okay. -1 then. All right. Let's re-roll it. All right. Let's fucking.
Go.
That's a crit fail, actually.
You got a crit fail?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you're running,
We run backwards.
yeah, you're kind of struggling to keep up, or struggling to advance, so they didn't move at all. And you stumble for a second, so your next one you'll have an additional -2.
Oh, good.
So after this goes on for a while, you guys do see the truck up a ways.
Guys, I can see the truck. If only I didn't stop moving.
I'm dreaming of the truck.
Hey, another one.
Wow. Another Joker.
Give me back my fucking Benny.
Yeah.
AFK, Benny.
You should have taken Common Bond.
Yeah, I wish I did. I'm
Pass
going
him
to
out.
next.
Okay, well, you guys up. So Hughes is going to try to shoot it to do some damage.
Wing its eyes.
So he fires and it kind of nails it in the chest as it stumbles for a second. And you can see the wound kind of quickly close back up behind it.
I am going to keep going the way I know how, remembering to get back to the trench.
Okay.
So navigation. I mean, survival, sorry. 5.
+1.
+1. All right, so +1,
Plus
+2
2
from
from the
Joker,
Joker.
+2 for sending it.
So +5. So
Plus
flat
5.
roll.
So normal roll, which is a pass. So I'm just gonna take the pass.
Okay. So you guys advance. And so as you kind of quickly make your way around the corner, you can see the truck in the relatively short distance. Like you could probably get to it in a turn or two.
We're doing pretty good.
Yeah, you've been getting
All
hard
right,
the
guys,
cards.
we're gonna try to escape this round.
I'll
Are you
help as
4 away?
best I
Yeah.
can.
So you can all support his escape.
Okay.
So basically, Hughes is going to try and throw another grenade and get the dirt to kind of blind him. So he got an 8, so you get a +2 from him.
Okay, 2. I like it.
Can I spend a Benny to hope the grenade hit a hole and it made a big old hole?
Sure, you want to make a complication with it? Okay.
I'm just gonna.
Can I spend a Benny to improve the complication?
I'm gonna make a athletics roll to help him get out.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
+2 from Hughes, and -3 from me. Then -4 from the escape route.
Yeah.
So minus a lot.
I believe in you.
Big numbers. Okay, well, I feel like now is the time to test out the big numbers. Oh, no. It's
Okay.
like a -3.
So you can still make your free movement. So make an athletics roll.
Okay. -5. Oh, that's a 6. That's a 4. So 4.
So you move forward 1.
Fuck
So
you,
now it'll
bitch.
attempt. I'm going to give it a complication essentially because it's in the hole. So it is going to fail.
Eat shit, bitch.
So you see it kind of struggling to dig out as you guys seem to have collapsed it on the hole where Hughes threw that grenade. You guys are quickly making ground. It's getting a little farther away, but it's only a matter of time before you get one above it again.
Eugene's put in work.
All right, everybody, we're gonna run farther because I can't succeed.
Well, you get now, so it's a -2 now, but you can make your free movement first.
Oh, yeah, free movement. Help!
Can I use a Benny to find something that would help us get to the truck fast?
Eugene's body falls on top of a cleats.
Help you get to it faster. I don't know about that.
How about you channel
Can you use the
Eugene's
Benny?
You can give me
inspiration?
it, and I'll give you another complication.
Can you give us a minute to find a smoke grenade we can toss?
So as you're running, a huge gust of wind carries the mustard gas in between you guys, so you have effective smoke cover.
And when this happens, you hear Eugene's voice on the wind. What does he say?
Sweet mama.
Well, I gave it to you, and that's what you gave me.
That's what I give you.
Okay, so basically you'll have an additional +2 because he can't see you at all now.
Okay.
So roll. So that's his thing. Hughes is going to book ass, and so you're gonna get a +2 from him.
I'm just gonna book it.
4. Help me out.
The -3.
Thomas.
Nope.
Thomas. No.
Get a +4.
+4, which is a -1, which is a 4, which is a success.
So you're able to finally, as you kind of clear the forest, you see the German trucks on the side. You're able to launch yourselves into the seat and quickly throw it as Hughes quickly gears up the truck and floors it. You see this thing is fast, but not quite truck fast. As you're able to go for it, and as you kind of head south, you see on the side of the road, Sullivan and them seem to have already fled, and so they're there with Staff Sergeant Phelps kind of waiting for you.
Sticking my head out the window. Guys, in car now.
And so you'll load everybody into the truck and head back to the trench. Are there any final words before we call the session? Yeah, Eugene is on. Oh yeah, they can try to help you now because they have time.
I got you, Eugene. Hold on.
Yeah,
I got you,
They
Eugene.
released
Fuck,
the
crit failed.
we released a werewolf. Or a beast. Sorry.
Take roll 2d6s, Eugene.
I've killed Eugene.
9,
Roll 1.
6.
So your strength die is reduced by a type until all your wounds are healed.
I'm gonna look and be like, I'm not a very good doctor.
So yeah, you start trying to patch him up,
Matter. It's a D4 anyway.
but as you're going, you kind of fix one of the bones. You feel kind of a crack, and you're like, "Ah, shit."
He's
Damn.
at splint now.
Damn
So,
it.
yeah, you guys are kind of riding, and Sullivan's like, "Fuck."
They have a really big beast in there that got let out.
Yeah, he says. And he just kind of quietly stares off kind of out the window. He's just trying to take a breather. Phelps is unconscious. Eugene's unconscious.
I'm driving.
No, Hughes is driving.
Oh, is Hughes driving?
He had the key.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Hughes. Give me.
And so, unless you two want to talk at all.
I'm like, not everyone's good. You can't save everyone. So just left him in the damn cage.
McAllister's dead. And then I'm going to lean back.
Yeah, thanks to
and
you.
I'm just going to relax.
Oh my god.
You're about to join him because of your poor decision.
And then, so you kind of sit back for the ride. And Sullivan will kind of, all the names get jumbled in my head. O'Connell will kind of stand up and he'll calmly walk over and he just punches Sammy in the face as hard as he can. And blood just sprays down from his nose and like a tooth or two kind of falls out on the bench. And then he just starts kind of rapidly kicking Sammy while he's laying on the ground.
What do you get?
For damage?
Yeah.
He got a 19.
Toughness is a 6.
Yeah, you're definitely incapped. He's not trying to kill you, so there's good news. So is anyone going to intervene? Well, is Billy going to intervene?
Eugene's gonna
I'm going
roll
to look
over.
at all my wounds and be like, I guess I'll try.
Yeah, so you're able to grab him. He doesn't really resist you grabbing him as you kind of throw him back on the bench.
No, I'm going to set him down. I'm not throwing him
You
back.
set him gently down on the bench, and he kind of sits back and just kind of looks across at Sammy's now bleeding face. Sammy, you're still conscious. You're just not able to really act much.
Yeah.
So you can still talk and do stuff. You just can't make any actions.
I'm going to lean down and I'll be like, all right, time to go to work and try to help this
Fulfill.
one. Yay, a number that's much better.
What the-
7 minus 5 is still 3, so fuck no.
So you're still in cap, but Billy is trying to help you.
Wait, fuck. 9. 9 is greater than 7.
Okay.
So 4.
So
Success.
you're not fully incapped, but you're still too injured to do much. As he helps you slowly, he starts bandaging and resetting your nose.
And then sit you back on the bench.
Yeah, he kind of props you up on the bench. And O'Connell's like, "You got
What is he, private or?
Private O'Connell? Yeah. So you got our teammate killed. That is firmly your fault.
No.
Yes, you ran away like a fucking idiot into a battlefield with no concept of what's going on.
Think I knew these beasts were going to be here? I was
It's
just,
not about the beast.
that's what got him killed. I was just trying to.
No, what got him killed is your dumb decision. If you didn't run off, they wouldn't have had to come rescue you. If they didn't have to come rescue you, he wouldn't be dead. I know that in West Virginia, they probably don't teach you real well, but cause and effect is a pretty basic concept. He was like, I lost my eye from my own mistakes. That's fine. I wasn't paying attention. I accept that. I didn't get anyone killed.
Okay.
So maybe you should think, 10% before you run off like that. And then he'll just kind of lean back in his chair and look straight ahead with his one eye.
And I'll get up and I'll pat Sammy on the shoulder and be like, don't worry about it. And I'm going to go up front with Hughes.
Okay. You guys are headed back to the trench after a somewhat successful mission. You found out what happened to the truck.
Right.
And so next time, we'll see what happens when you return. And thank you for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed that episode, be sure to follow us on Spotify, leave us the likes and thumbs ups and comments on YouTube, subscribe to our podcast to stay notified when we drop new episodes. And remember, if you find anyone BDSM locked in a cage, don't let them out.
I know that you're worth it, Peter. I know that if I wait long enough, you'll come out for me.
Why won't you leave me alone?
I've spent 7 days out here waiting for you.
You haven't left me alone in a month.
I'm gonna throw a rock through your window and I'm gonna sneak into your house.
It's sneaky. We throw a rock at my window.
Here comes the boulder. I've got it on a string, known as a crane.
And it's a bowling ball.
And with this crane, I brought a bulldozer. Get out the house or be leveled with it, Peter.
How is this so stealthy?
Knock, knock, knock on your door, Peter. This is where I'm gonna get you.
I hide underneath the covers.
You can't escape me. I'm in your house. I've got a knife and I brought a box of mouse.
I'm still underneath the covers.
I dropped the mice. I gave them your scent. They're gonna find you, Peter. You better relent.
Good thing I put all those mouse traps with cheese everywhere.
I ate all the cheese and the mouse traps too.